It's the Full Force Comics News Burst, brought to you by Distant Planet Comics and Collectibles with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic AT. More details emerge regarding the upcoming G.I. Joe and Transformers comics from Image Skybound. On Friday, we reported that the new G.I. Joe and Transformers comic licenses were officially heading back to Image Comics, a subsidiary of Skybound Entertainment, and now we have a few more details regarding the rollout of the titles. The two brands will be debuting in a completely new and up until very recently relatively unknown new comic, Void Rivals. It's unclear how they will be presented in the story, but one can imagine some sort of multiversal travel is involved, given the name of the series. Following that news, we had a promotional poster leak a few days prior to its actual official reveal on the 14th, showing a cover for Void Rivals with Jetfire and the two new comic characters seen on other covers. The poster also gave us even more information. The series takes place in the Energon universe, which of course has huge ties to Transformers, and even explains that this will be a new shared universe for both Transformers and G.I. Joe. What is even more telling is the fact that Transformers Issue 1 will follow in October, and then it would appear as though G.I. Joe either gets some one-shots or mini-series or even ongoing stories for Duke, whose Issue 1 drops in December, and Cobra Commander, who hits stands in January of 2024. As of right now, we don't know the details of those particular issues, but it's exciting to think that G.I. Joe will have multiple titles and a shared universe and Larry's continuity all at the same time. Void Rivals Issue 1 will be available on Wednesday the 14th, so make sure you check that out, and hopefully we will get a better idea of how G.I. Joe and Transformers will be implemented in their new combined universe. It's interesting there has been a lot of talk, and in some cases actual official canon, of crossover with the two brands. We of course have the Hasbro collaborative series with His Tank Megatron and Ore Striker Bumblebee, with more reportedly coming soon, and spoiler alert for Rise of the Beasts, please stop this video or audio right now if you don't want to hear anything about the film. Paramount have started their version by including an end scene in the new movie featuring Anthony Ramos' character Noah Diaz getting recruited to G.I. Joe by Michael Kelly's character Agent Burke. It's doubtful that the toys, comics and movies are connected, of course, due to the different ways in which they have operated so far, but the idea of the crossover all happening at the same time does suggest a level of synergy to a degree. All very interesting, and I'm excited to see how they all play out. We have had crossovers in the past that fell a little flat, like the Hasbro Combined Universe that featured a lot more brands, but hopefully with the focus on just Joe and Transformers, we can get a more cohesive alternate timeline where these brands can coexist. Anyway, what do you guys think? Excited for a new take on the crossover? Do you like the thought of the two brands colliding? Will you be picking up Void Rivals Issue 1 on Wednesday? Let me know in the comments below. Okay gang, we'll be back with more content and of course loads more news over the rest of Yojo June, so keep it locked, stay fresh cheese bags, and as always, full force. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force Comics News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.